Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is the trial episode of B-Ball in Wrestling. We don't know what this is going to be. We're just winging it. We've done no preparation. We haven't done our homework. Don't expect quality analysis from us.
Just like in life.
Yes.
I'm your host, Daniel Rundell, my co-host, Vic Azim here. And
Why I got to be the co-host?
Well, you didn't introduce me, so you're the co-host
I was
now.
getting to it. I was setting the expectations low for the audience. No quality analysis. We have a WordPad document with like 4 topics.
Yes, and we will be going through those topics.
I haven't thought through it all.
No,
What
not
we're
at
doing,
all.
so.
I barely know players on the team, so this will be fun.
It's actually true. There's so many new things going on.
There actually is.
There's a lot of new rookies and a lot of stuff.
A lot of injuries. Teams are going to look vastly different from years before.
Yeah,
so.
it's a whole different league now. And then a lot of your big star players are injured.
Yep.
Speaking of that, so yeah, did you hear about Zion?
Yeah.
He's got a knee thing going on.
Yeah, he's going to be out a couple weeks, they say.
Yeah.
Russell Westbrook hurt his finger yesterday in the preseason game, so
Let me ask you
I
about
think
that.
he's day to day.
One thing to
so.
establish is that Dan is the biggest Houston Rockets fan in the world. So
Yes,
a
sir.
lot of his thoughts are going to sway towards the Rockets. I know that I'll probably have to edit a lot of that out in editing because nobody wants to hear about the Rockets. So,
Yeah.
but since you
Coming
brought it
from a Wizards fan, you know.
yeah, that's true. I can't. Yeah, that's true. But since you brought it up, so I did read online that Harden's been killing it in preseason,
He has.
but that Westbrook has been a disaster, is what they're saying so
I
far.
wouldn't say a disaster. He's putting up they had one game where they both had 22 points. He had 13 yesterday. I think they're just trying to figure out the flow of the offense with him running it.
There's a YouTube video with Jalen Rose where he's saying basically that Harden is playing his normal game and he's not assuring the ball with Westbrook. He's still just holding the ball, controlling the ball. This will be a disaster if they don't get it together, I feel like.
Yeah, I'm not super worried. I think it's going to be more like Russell facilitating the offense, breaking down the defense and kicking out to the open shooters, because Houston has a lot better open shooters than OKC ever had. So
That's true.
I think that'll be more like his penetration game and then kick out to the open shooters, because James is a better spot-up shooter than Russell ever will be.
Oh, my God.
So,
Not even close.
but they say at the same point, Russell took a lot of ill-advised shots on OKC because he was the only person who could create. So I see his percentage.
I think it's because he has a low basketball IQ. You're being way too kind.
I see his percentage going up, not drastically because he's a 30% shooter, but maybe 35 or so, because he will be taking better shots than.
I sense your optimism, but asking a 10-year veteran to change his style of play is gonna be an adjustment.
Nah.
This guy's been taking dumb shots for 10 years.
Yeah, but I mean, he's playing with a lot better players than he played before, and he knows Harden since high school, so they have that chemistry.
I've known you since high school. It doesn't mean we could go out there and lose a 2-on-2 game immediately right now to some middle schoolers. So.
Well, I mean, I trust my shot more than yours.
Oh
so.
my God. All right, well we're gonna play horse eventually.
Yeah.
So there's at least one YouTube clip I think of Westbrook airballing an open 3.
Yeah,
So
I'm sure there is.
I'm sure-
There's one of Harden doing it in preseason.
Yeah,
but that doesn't mean anything.
I'm sure Houston's coaching
warming
staff
up.
is gonna be telling Westbrook, no, don't pull up.
I mean, everybody's picking LA to conquer because of LeBron and AD, but
I don't want you to give too much away because I'm gonna get to our official prediction soon.
okay.
So you can speak on it then. And I'll just say we'll get all of our Homer stuff out the way very quickly. So on my end, the Wizards were able to re-sign Bradley Beal this week, which is amazing because every team wants to trade for him, and that was gonna be people were thinking that the All-Star break that's the next big trade, but now we have him signed actually for 4 more years now.
But signing a 4-year deal to a dead horse team like that, I mean,
Yeah.
he must just love money at this point, because it's not a championships in his future.
Well, no. Unlike a lot of players, he's thinking legacy. The idea of playing his whole career with one team means something to him. You can't knock that.
But don't you-
everybody can't chase rings.
But
so.
don't you get like a super max if you sign like a max deal and then like another deal? Because I think they were saying his next deal is going to be like 266 million because he
Yes.
committed to the same team or something.
So it's something where if you've been in the league for 10 years and you're on the same team, you qualify for this like this 10-year supermax thing where it's like the most money you could possibly make.
Okay,
So after his extension that he signed is done, he'll be at the 10-year
4
mark.
years.
So at that time, then it's like, wow, it'll be the biggest contract ever. But I mean, look, I think the Wizards fired their GM, and that's step one in the right direction. They have new management, new GM.
The Redskins wish they'd do that.
Well, the funny thing with the Redskins is like, it's almost like the rest of DC sports is actually like doing positive things right now, but the Redskins are so far behind. They're like really the embarrassment of DC now.
True.
Actually, if you think about like the Nationals.
With the Mystics winning the championship and Nationals and the World Series. I mean, the Redskins and the Wizards kind of hold that title together. So
yeah, and it's sad because if they were good, I think they would probably be the two most popular teams.
true.
I think there's probably more. I don't know. Is there more basketball fans than baseball fans in DC? I think so. But
I feel like a lot of fans like to jump on the successful DC teams. So like you hear about a bunch of Mystic fans and Nationals fans coming out of the closet because they're in the playoffs.
there certainly
and
were
now
not
they're
any.
good.
There were no Mystics fans.
Yeah, they need
6 months ago. So.
I mean, I get it. They need some hope of optimism in DC sports. So
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the Caps they won a year. Was it last year? I want to say
yeah, I think
the regular season starts like in a week. I think.
yeah.
The 22nd.
I know my Rockets' first game is.
I think it starts on
this
Tuesday.
Thursday. Is it Thursday or Tuesday?
I think Tuesday is like a doubleheader that opens the season. It's
Because
like
I think our first game's against Milwaukee.
the Clippers play the Lakers on the first. I think it's Tuesday the 22nd. I want to say. So.
Oh, but Paul George, he's going to be out. He's out for what, 2 months or so?
the
6 weeks?
The first 10 games at least. they said. So on the other side,
So-
Antonio, what's his face? On
And
the Lakers.
Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis, he's out also. So
How long is he out for?
they didn't say, but he has a finger thing.
Okay.
So they're both actually very injury prone if you look in their history.
I mean, their team reminds me of Miami when they just tried to throw a bunch of people who used to be good on a team and hope they gel together, like a bunch of, I don't want to say rejects, but people who haven't really contributed to basketball in a while.
That's
Like Jared Dudley, Avery Bradley, Dwight Howard. I mean, DeMarcus Cousins is out. He's out for the year, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah. So
probably
he's
for the career.
so I mean, they're just trying to throw together a team with LeBron and Anthony and see if it sticks. And I don't know.
wait. Okay, hold on. let's go from there because we're gonna do our top 4 teams predictions for each conference.
Okay.
Now, there's gonna be 2 perspectives here. I'm gonna give an unbiased, because let's be honest, my Wizards have no shot at the talk of the Wizards have ended for the podcast.
Yeah.
It's like no way to no way I can interject.
The Wizards portion has
I can't
concluded.
interject them in this conversation in any way. Dan has a chance to be very Homer share. Hopefully he keeps in line, but I'm guessing not. 'cause
Oh, I will.
He's a very extreme Homerish person. So
I
we'll
will.
see. Let's start with the Eastern Conference, which is a little more challenging to predict.
Oh, okay.
Because nobody really thinks about the East, but the
Yeah.
East does exist.
It does exist.
So Toronto won the title last year, but they lost Kawhi in the offseason.
Yeah. I can see them.
I can see them making the playoffs possibly.
like
have-
a 6, 7
They have
seed.
good role players, just no star player now.
Maybe like a 5th or 6th seed. Because I don't think the East is really that strong.
Yeah, and they had when Kawhi sat out last year, they won a lot of the games when Kawhi sat out last year. So there's like they have a good record without Kawhi.
Because a lot of the powerhouses are not powerhouses anymore. You got Kyrie leaving Boston. You got Kawhi leaving Toronto. So I guess the first
seed, I'm
probably
gonna-
Milwaukee.
Yeah, there's no reason why they should have a big drop off.
Yeah.
They're bringing everybody back for the most part, and
They actually lost.
what's his face, Brogdon, right?
Yeah, he was
yeah.
actually really good. He was very
Traded him to
underrated.
Chicago, I want to say. Maybe?
Yeah,
That's weird.
I don't agree with that decision. He was like he was sneaky good. Like
Agreed. and they overpaid Bledsoe.
They overpaid a lot of people.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Middleton also.
Yep.
But still, I mean, you got to think Giannis will be better.
But who's really going to challenge them? Because with KD's injury out for the year, I mean, a Kyrie-led team is probably going to get maybe a 4th or 5th seed, maybe.
Was already a playoff team last year.
Yeah,
So
but
you're
they
adding Kyrie
lost.
to a playoff
But
team.
they lost. What's his name? He's on the Warriors now, D'Angelo,
Oh yeah.
and
yeah,
he
sure.
was like the star of that team. But they
That's
do
true.
have a solid core, so
All right, well, hold on. Let's start with number 1 though. So we're both agreeing on Milwaukee.
yeah, I'll take
So
Milwaukee as number one.
No controversial pick here. We're both going Milwaukee. I think maybe they won 60 games last year, so maybe 50, 55 this year.
Probably.
Which I think should be enough for number 1 seed. So Boston lost Kyrie, but they did get Kemba Walker.
Yeah,
And they do have talented young players.
Kyrie light. Like I can't see.
Maybe Kyrie though. Maybe a better chemistry version of Kyrie though.
Maybe
Kyrie
it's
is
possible.
kind of a nutcase. So
Yeah, a little bit.
he's a flat earther.
But
No offense to all flat earthers. But, and then I mean, okay, I would say this is the year if like Tatum and Brown don't take some kind of leap,
yeah.
then the idea that they're like these great young players potential, maybe that goes away a little bit.
And I mean, Hayward was good when he was on the
Oh.
Jazz, but he hasn't done anything since
But that is another full offseason for him to
Yeah.
try to return to form.
So it's
and Brad
possible.
Stevens was a good coach.
Yeah. It's possible he could take a leap forward and get back to his maybe 20-7 self or whatever he
Are
was
we
with
thinking
the
number
Jazz.
2 though? Because I'm trying to think who else is out there. Oh wait, no, we're forgetting about Philadelphia.
Oh yeah, Philly. Oh.
Philly's stacked still, I believe.
Yeah, Philly is
They,
stacked. I think.
Yeah, actually,
I'm
they
gonna.
could challenge Milwaukee.
Yeah,
potentially.
I want to switch my pick to Philly. I trust Philly more than I trust Milwaukee because if you bracket Antetokounmpo, then he's pretty much useless, and that's what good teams did against
Well,
him.
remember, we're talking about the top 4 seeds. You think Philadelphia can actually win more games in the regular season?
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Because I still have more faith in Milwaukee to kind of repeat what they did last year versus. I mean, Philly I think won like 50 games, but
I think Philly was pretty close to being like, what were they, 3rd seed or something? So
well, how important was Jimmy Butler to Philly though? They lost Jimmy Butler.
Oh yeah, they did lose Jimmy Butler.
They brought back Tobias. And they got I think they got someone else too.
Hmm.
Again, showing that we're just totally unprepared for this.
Yeah,
We'll do it
seriously.
better this next version next week that actually has like research behind it. So
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure who they picked up for Jimmy. I don't think they picked up anyone really for him.
no, I think when they lost Jimmy, they made a trade or something to bring somebody in. Oh no, wait, no, you know what it is? They actually got Al Horford. They signed Al
Oh
Horford.
yeah,
free
they did
agency.
get Al Horford.
So their big men, they got Embiid and Al Horford.
So that hurts the Celtics then.
Yeah, Celtics are not going to be my top 4 now that I'm thinking about that.
Yeah, that's
So I'm
that's
going-
not great.
I'm going back to okay. So we have Philly and Milwaukee's are going to be our top 2. Then I'm guessing.
He was underrated for that team.
100%. I agree.
So I mean, they were cooking with Oladipo, so
Yeah.
they might squeeze in the
I gotta
top
put-
3.
I'm going to go ahead and put them number 3. I think.
Yeah.
That's a solid pick. Okay.
Yep.
Let's see. Detroit made the playoffs last year.
Nah.
Orlando,
Blake Griffin, I don't
Orlando
trust him.
Magic.
He gets hurt too much.
I think by default for that 4 seed, we actually probably have to do either Brooklyn or Boston, or like I said, I mean, if that Siakam dude takes a leap, they have really good role players in place.
I mean, they do.
They
but
won almost 60 games last year also. So, I mean, number 4 has got to be either Boston, Toronto, or Brooklyn. Now, there's no chance of KD coming back this year.
Well, are we slipping? Are we gonna put the Pacers past Toronto?
I think so.
I think so too.
With Oladipo, and they were, I want to say, like the 3rd seed before Oladipo got
Yeah.
hurt last year. They were.
he
like,
was
they
doing
were
really
up there with
well.
Toronto.
So we have Milwaukee, we have Philly, we have Indy, and
So-
the 4th team, I guess, would be the Celtics or the Brooklyn Nets. I think.
I'm gonna go.
I don't see
I'm,
I don't see enough on Miami to challenge adding Jimmy Butler.
I'm gonna go Boston just because I think Kemba's never really been in like a winning situation. So, I
So
think,
you want to put him 4?
well, remember we can have different picks. So
Okay.
we're not doing one collective thing. We're doing my
Okay.
picks versus your picks. So I'm gonna go Boston.
Okay. So what's your top 4?
So I have Milwaukee, Philadelphia, Indiana, Boston. Toronto wound up being number 5, I think. So
Okay, so I'll take Milwaukee, Philly, Indiana, and Brooklyn had a good team without.
there's gonna be some surprise team that comes out of nowhere.
I think I'll take Brooklyn. I'll put Brooklyn at 4. Boston will be at 5.
That's fair. There's gonna be some surprise team that was like not a playoff team last year that comes out of nowhere.
Okay.
That happens every year. Okay. We're gonna switch to the Western Conference
Switching
now.
to the conference that matters.
And then this is gonna be very hard to pick a top 4 in this conference. I feel like
Yeah,
um,
there's a lot of good teams.
almost every team in the West is gonna be like
Yeah, this
competing.
top 8 is going to be tough.
Okay. This is gonna be very difficult. So, because we're only talking about the regular season right now, and not talking about who's gonna win the championship,
Yep.
we can already factor in some injuries.
Yep.
So Clippers right off the bat are gonna be missing Paul George.
We'll see.
Um,
With the Clippers, I'm thinking I'm not going to put them number 1, even though they might be the best team, just because Kawhi likes to take off a lot of games
yes.
to rest. So that's going to factor into their win total
I think it's-
total for the season.
I think it's the same thing with the Lakers also.
so. Honestly,
LeBron's not gonna take the regular season that seriously
yeah,
there.
my homer pick, of course, I think Houston will have the best record. Just because if they can stay healthy, their players like to play games and not take them off. So just based off that,
I wouldn't be surprised though if Houston does something where they start the season off slow but then catch fire once the chemistry clicks. I would think a team like Denver already has the chemistry built in from last year. Was the number 1 seed last year, I believe.
no, they were number 2.
Okay. But they're already kind of in place. They don't have to. These other teams, Lakers, Clippers, Rockets, they got to build some chemistry, right? Like,
I mean, Lakers have to build more chemistry, and so does the Clippers. We added 1 player. Our team pretty much remains the same.
Probably the most potentially disrupting chemistry player of all time. You didn't add a role player. You added a damn Westbrook.
We didn't add Carmelo Anthony, so
Yeah, but Westbrook is a force. So
he is.
And I don't
But
mean that in a good or bad way. But he's just a force. So
I don't know. Harden's won games by himself, so even if the chemistry struggles a little bit with Westbrook, I don't see it impacting Harden's stat line too much. So based on that front, I'm gonna put Houston first.
all right, I'm gonna go with Denver first.
Okay, I'll put Denver at 2.
And I'll put let me think. Hold on. Let me look at the list though. I gotta say also going with the chemistry thing. The Utah Jazz, I cannot forget about them.
Yeah, they're gonna be sneaky good. They could easily get probably the 4th or 3rd seed, but
You don't think second?
I don't think second. I don't think they're gonna be that good, but they'll be anyone who plays them in the playoff. It's gonna be a tough matchup regardless.
So I'm gonna go with number 2. Let me think. It's tough because I just don't trust the Westbrook Harden chemistry. I gotta see it for like 20 games before I can
Okay.
say anything good about it. So,
All right.
but at the same time, I know that
It's your pick.
I know the Lakers and the Clippers have these injury concerns. I mean, actually, honestly, if I just look at the Clippers last year by themselves, and they have Kawhi, even without Paul George, they should still be really good theoretically. They made the playoffs last year with no Kawhi or Paul George.
Yeah.
All right. May regret this. I'm gonna go with the Clippers number 2.
Okay. That's out there, in my opinion.
I think Houston number 1 is the most out there pick so far. So, based on with most people's predictions. So,
Nah.
all right. So, number 3.
Well, I'm not a LeBron loving media like everyone else, so
Number 3.
number 3, you're
So
putting.
you've put Houston and Denver so far.
Okay. So number 3, I'm probably leaning towards. I trust the Clippers more than I trust the Lakers. So I'm gonna put
Okay.
the Clippers at number 3. I'll put LA at number 4. I think the Jazz maintain their fifth seed from last year.
I'm struggling there because it's tough between the Lakers, Rockets, and Utah. I'm considering all of them for number 3. Honestly,
Yeah.
I feel like I can't see the Lakers going below 4 though. So maybe if I put them at 3, Rockets at 4, and then Jazz at 5.
I mean,
I feel like the Rockets Jazz are the 4-5 matchup like all the time. It seems like, or maybe they always seem to play in the playoffs.
if
so.
you factor in,
That was the 4-5 matchup last year, right?
yeah, it was. I mean, to me, if you factor in Anthony Davis injury history and never playing like a full 82 games, and LeBron taking off games for rest management or whatever
Right.
they call, like I can't put them higher than 4 based on that. If Paul George comes back healthy and Kawhi, I think it'll be close between LA and the Lakers and the Clippers, but I say the Clippers edge them out for that 3rd seed.
Interesting. I'm gonna still go Lakers,
3rd?
but I don't feel good about it. Yeah. And I'll put the Rockets 4, but it's dependent on.
Well, we're forgetting about Portland, but I think
Oh, wow, we
I
did.
think
Totally
with
forgot about
the
them.
Jazz getting better and the Lakers getting better, I say they fall to probably the 5th or 6th seed.
Yeah, they seem to always be pretty strong in the regular season though.
Yeah.
They've gotten the 3rd seed the past 2 years in a row.
They have, but the
And
West got too strong for them, and I don't
think
see
so?
them getting past those other 2.
I'm
At least in
gonna-
the regular season.
I'm gonna say they battle with the Jazz for the 5th seed.
That's fair.
And by the way, like we haven't really mentioned a couple teams here. The Spurs are always in the mix. It seems like
They'll get like a 8th or
Um,
7th seed probably.
probably there's some probable like Dallas. Who knows? Because Porzingis is back healthy apparently, and you still got
I mean, maybe we could.
There's gonna be some sleeper teams.
Yeah, we could be sleeping on the Pelicans. Maybe they make a run for that 8th seed.
I just don't trust Zion to be.
Yeah,
healthy.
I don't trust them either.
And then also you have well, let's see.
Wait, Dallas, if Porzingis comes back healthy, maybe him
what I'm
and
saying.
Luka could fight for
Sacramento
that
has
7th,
good,
8th
Sacramento has
seed.
good young players.
Oh yeah, Sacramento's on the up and coming.
All those teams. Who knows?
That's gonna be tough.
We didn't mention Golden State even.
Oh,
I mean, it's still Golden State.
yeah, it's still Golden State.
Oh, the West is stacked.
I
yo.
know. It's gonna be.
Oh my god.
I have Golden State probably getting like a 6th seed this year.
I don't know, man. I think even though they're missing Clay, they got the same system.
And Durant.
That system, yeah, but that system that runs through Curry basically.
No.
And D'Angelo Russell is not he's a good second option. You still got
He's not a
Draymond.
shooter like Clay though.
Yeah, but I don't think they're gonna be like. I'm not saying they're championship level, but just
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They'll make the playoffs,
If Curry
but-
goes ham in the regular season, they're gonna win a lot of games. I think. So
I don't see him getting higher than a 5th seed this year.
see, that 4th, 5th seed, yeah. Between like for me, it's like Houston, Golden State, Utah. Those are all like on the same level to me. So it's like Portland. It's very hard to distinguish that like 4, 5, 6, 7 there. But unfortunately, we can only do the top 4 seeds, so we didn't decide to do the top 8. So because doing the top 8 in the Eastern Conference would have been a 5-hour odyssey.
Yeah,
of
that wouldn't have
horrible-
been fun,
Number
and
eight
it wouldn't
might-
have been great
the 8 seed in
podcast
the East
material.
may actually win like 20 games.
Yeah,
so.
exactly.
All
that
right, so
Terrible.
we'll stick with that. Our top 4 each. You have
Spoiler right now: the 8th seed in the Eastern Conference will not have a winning record.
that's probably true. So you have Houston, you have Denver, You have the Clippers, and your fourth
The
was
6th seed might not even have a winning record.
Did you pick a fourth?
Huh?
Did you pick a fourth though?
Yeah. I had the Lakers at 4.
Okay, yeah, the Lakers at 4. Okay, and I had the same teams except I have Houston 4, Lakers 3, Clippers 2, Denver 1. But I'm not feeling good about Denver 1 either. Hopefully they don't take a step back, but we'll see. But when I really think about it, like I said, Utah could come out of nowhere and be like a top 3 seed.
It's possible.
And
I don't see them getting higher than 4 though.
And I don't know, man. I mean, I feel like Curry and Draymond, just those two alone, could win a lot of regular season games. So I don't know. Especially
The West is too strong this
You got to remember,
year.
Curry's about to be like an MVP mode though. He's probably going to put up crazy numbers. So, all right, let's move on. We're gonna do our prediction of the league MVP. Now I'm gonna give you. Each of us give 2 names basically, and one will say our prediction, and then we'll say who we think may be the runners up. Let's do our prediction first, then we'll do the runners up after that. So, league MVP. If I'm thinking, it has to make sense with the predictions you had for your top 4 in each conference, because typically the MVP is going to come from like a top 2 seed. So it has to kind of go with what we said were our top 2 seeds. So if I had Clippers and Denver 1 and 2, or Denver and Clippers, and then on the East I have Giannis and Philly. I don't think Philly really has a strong MVP candidate. Maybe Embiid.
If he can stay healthy.
Okay. And we have to think also realistically that MVP is about narratives too. So there's certain people that they probably don't want to win again.
Harden.
It just doesn't seem like Harden's.
Put up those type of numbers and not be MVP to some dude who can't even make a shot in the final seconds of the game is just straight garbage.
Harden he's always the runners up though. I'll say
Yeah.
this. He's always number 2.
And then I saw
So he's automatically my pick for number 2.
Well, I saw his
They love giving him number 2.
No, I saw some idiot posted he's going to be 5th in MVP running, and it's like, how can he be 5th in MVP running when he's been MVP or a runner-up to MVP the last 3 years?
Well, he's always going to have, at worst, top 3 stats for every regular season. So that with a winning record, it's always going to get him in consideration.
Yeah. Got robbed last year.
Yeah, so
so stupid.
But I think narratively, they're always looking for a new person. Mm-hmm. So with that in mind, there's an obvious choice there. They would love to give Kawhi an MVP, I'm sure. If the Clippers are a top 2 seed, and especially if Paul George is missing,
they would love to give Anthony Davis it too.
No, they wouldn't do that.
Yeah, they would.
They would do that if only because they're trying to destroy LeBron's ego. So, so that's
pretty much.
Yeah, I don't see LeBron letting Anthony Davis do that. So.
Well, they said it's going to be Anthony's team, and he's just going to back him up. So we'll see how much that lie goes.
It's complete bullshit.
Exactly.
No, I don't think that's going to happen. I think that probably Kawhi, Harden, Giannis are probably all in the mix again. They don't want to give it to Giannis, though. Not again.
He didn't deserve it last year.
Well, he got it, so they're not going to give it to him again, though. That's
true.
For sure. They don't like doing the 2 years
back to back, yeah.
Unless it's like
crazy.
I mean, Steve Nash got
Didn't Curry win it back to back?
No.
Are you sure?
Oh, wait. Yeah, he was.
Because he was the first unanimous.
That's true.
After he won it the year before, because his numbers were just out of this world.
Yeah,
and there's no way they could do it.
That second year was amazing. The first year, I don't know. But
Harden put up better numbers.
Yeah, that first year, I don't know if he deserved it. Well, he probably only got it the first year because Golden State kind of came out of nowhere that year.
True.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Kawhi because I think that it makes the most sense that Kawhi would win it. Because the one thing he doesn't have is the regular season MVP. He has multiple finals MVPs. This is the one thing that he probably should try hard for.
Board man gets hardware.
And Kawhi hasn't said anything about doing load management this year, so
he's gonna do it though. Probably. He does it every year, just like LeBron.
He did literally say the regular season is just practice for him.
Yeah. So.
All right. Well, I'm gonna stick with Kawhi and Harden as the runner-up because Harden is always in the mix.
Yep.
but they don't want to give it to him.
Nope.
And yeah, so
I think it's possible if Paul George can go back to the mode he was in OKC, where he was just dominating until he got hurt.
He was a
Then
candidate.
it's possible he could steal that from Kawhi, but I don't know if them in conjunction it would put up enough stats for it to be considered. Because Westbrook took several steps back to let him average 27 points a game or whatever.
There's a scenario where they cancel each other out, basically.
Yep.
Similarly, if Westbrook and Harden become a true duo, then theoretically,
well, if they both put up like 25 and 22 points a game, Harden's not gonna win MVP or even be in the race for MVP.
it'll swing back to Giannis and probably LeBron.
Ugh, trash.
But I mean, if Philadelphia comes, maybe Embiid's potentially.
Embiid has to stay healthy for a year. He's shown how dominant he can be.
Yeah. Jokic, if he takes a step for Denver, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's not a sexy pick, though. I can't see him getting a lot of votes for whatever reason.
I don't know. His numbers are pretty good, so.
Yeah, I don't think...
He's underrated because he just looks like he's out of shape. He looks like a old dude at the
YMCA.
Oh, you're just like, man, this dude must 40-year-old dad
and then he
body.
drops like 30 on you, and you're like, oh, wow.
Like 30, 10, and like 8.
Yep.
And you're like, what the hell?
Like, I wasn't expecting
Look,
this.
give Jokic his respect, man. The dude was an MVP candidate last year. If he gets better, then who knows? All right, NBA champion predictions. This is where we pick the actual who's going to get the gold. Who's going to take the throne. This is tough. Because now we're not talking about injuries. We're talking about we're assuming in the playoffs everybody's healthy. This is tough. Man.
You know where I'm going.
Yeah.
I think he's the final missing piece to put us over.
Well, that remains to be seen. But so Dan doesn't have to say. We already know. So. And this is going to be now. The good thing is this is all recorded. So
Yep.
Dan's ride or dying with his team.
Yep.
So.
Houston Rockets 2019-2020 NBA champions.
Man, for me, it's literally just picking between the Clippers. See, in the playoffs, I feel like the Clippers should be unstoppable because defensively they can shut everybody down probably.
You would think. I just don't know if they can score enough to compete with us because they're not really a volume type shooting team, and if we get hot, we can blow anyone off the court. So, and they don't have that Golden State stigma that's cursed us for the last 4 years or whatever. The only team that can stop us.
Y'all probably will lose like the Curry D'Angelo Russell. It'll be like the 4-5 C matchup. Like, oh shit, we gotta play Curry. Curry just seems to.
I would go into a very dark place if we lost to the Curry D'Angelo, no Clay, no KD, Warriors.
I'm gonna say the Clippers, but I don't know. I don't feel great about that either, but. They're definitely the best defensive teams. There's
any chance LeBron gets there?
Yeah, there's definitely a chance for sure. I think the main thing with the Lakers, you have to see the role players. See, is Dwight Howard gonna be a bust or is he actually productive?
Do we see any type of Eastern Conference team this year beating the Western Conference? And a resounding no.
I think one thing you can consider is that Philadelphia took Toronto to 7 games last year.
Oh yeah, Philly. That's probably the only team that
they have as much talent really as any West team, I guess.
Yeah.
So.
That's the only team I see.
Do we think Milwaukee's going to flame out every year because maybe they learn from their mistakes and maybe Giannis added a jump shot or something? Who knows?
No, Giannis didn't add jump shot.
I think you're putting Giannis in a bubble like a box, but he's going to
he put himself in a
be
box.
one of the all-time great players when it's all said and done, potentially. Yeah. He's young. He's like 23, 24.
Yeah, if he develops a shot, maybe.
Hypothetically, some weird scenario where Durant comes back for the playoffs,
Hmm.
and let's say Brooklyn is like already a top 4 seed without him,
Hmm.
and let's say Durant comes back and he's actually like Durant, not like hobbled, affected by his Achilles injury Durant.
Hmm.
Maybe there could be a run there for Brooklyn.
I don't.
That's a
I
hard,
can't. I
that's
can't.
a hard combination to stop Kyrie and Durant
Well,
together.
yeah, but I can't see them risking Durant's health for a quick playoff run, just because that's what Golden State did, and they threw him back another year. So honestly, I don't see Durant returning.
All right, what about this? And just bear with me, all right? The Wizards sneak in as an 8th seed. John Wall comes back.
Is
we
he-
make a
is
run
he-
to that shit?
Is he due to come back?
Well, there's a weird thing where if he sits out a certain amount of games, they get this like thing where the insurance actually will pay his salary. So he has to sit out a certain amount of games, and then the insurance actually will pay his salary. So the team is like saying he's going to sit out, as much as possible because they want the league to basically give them this exception where the insurance will pay it. But he's already running fast on a treadmill. Like he's already shooting jump shots.
Okay.
Like
Trying to.
they showed him running at speed 13 on the treadmill.
Oh wow.
So he's already running fast. He's running sprints. Like
So that's not gonna work.
It's October. It's like, does he need to sit out like 9 months if he's already sprinting? I don't know. But best case All-Star break. But I think maybe if they're not anywhere near the playoffs, then it won't make sense to bring him back. But if he does, man, we got Houston and the Wizards in the finals, man. Well, anyways, that's.
I mean, it's possible they can make a playoff run. The East is pretty
the East
weak.
is bad enough to
So
where,
it's literally they could get in with like 35 and 42 or however many
they won
games that is.
32 games last year. So
Yeah, I mean,
It's
if they can get in under 40, then it's possible. Then they would play. Who would they play? Milwaukee and get destroyed.
yes.
But hey, they made the playoffs.
That's true.
So
just to recap,
that's a positive for any Washington team.
hey, they're about to win 2 titles this year.
Oh
so.
yeah.
All right, so we have just to recap. So Dan picked Houston for everything.
Yay.
Although he agreed that Harden's probably not going to get the MVP.
No, probably not.
He's
They'll
learned-
find a way to screw him.
He's learned from experience on that one.
Yep.
I have more Clippers centric. I picked Kawhi to win the MVP. Clippers win the title. We could do All NBA first team,
Meh.
but I'm not really.
Yeah, I'm not really pressed on that.
Yeah. All right. Well,
It's going to be like, what? Harden, Curry, LeBron, Davis, and who's a shooting forward? Kawhi or something?
they have to have I think they do 2 guards, 2 forwards, and a big man, something like that.
Oh, okay. Djokovic.
All right. Well, I think this is good for a test podcast. We have
How long?
42 minutes,
Really?
Yeah.
Jeez.
so that's
okay.
pretty long. In my brain, I was thinking like a half an hour.
Signing off.
Maybe ranted. I probably can edit out like half of this. So.
True.
All right, folks. Nobody will likely hear this, but
Nope.
we are signing off. Yep.